going? We are in Oklahoma. We are headed out to Rugged Mountain Ranch for another Great American Crawl. I'm in the car right now with Dennis and Nico. Dennis, when was the last time we were out here?
It's been a few years.
It has been a while. We never really got to hang out and experience this park, which is kind of a bummer because this thing looked insane. I have heard it's tarantula season out here, so there's a ton of them. Also, probably some rattlesnake. We're gonna be doing things a little bit different on this Great American Crawl video. We're gonna be bringing you along the ride a little bit more from perspectives of like me or other people and kind of show you what we're going through. If something breaks, what we're fixing while the rest of the group is moving forward, stuff like that. As we do this and as we kind of give you guys more content that's a little bit easier to follow, let us know if there's certain things you guys are looking for or certain things you want to know about builds in general. We are almost to the park, so we'll see you guys soon. Interesting. Let's go get checked in.
What time will y'all's trail ride be kicking off tomorrow?
I think that they have it slated right now for like around, I think our jars meeting start at 8. Dude, they didn't have any hats.
I noticed that.
All right, so this park last time we were here was not this modernized. They have a lot more like RV hookups. So the park's interesting because most of the time you've got the entrance and then you're gonna have the sign up area, which would be like the main store or whatever you wanna call it, right there. And then from there, you're gonna have your campgrounds near it and everything, which is kind of like that. But this one has a lodge all the way up here at the top. From this lodge up here is where the trails actually kick off out the back. All right, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna find everybody, get everything going, and get unpacked and get this night put together.
I don't know
Who they would run?
who they could run that would stand a chance of winning.
You don't run.
Is that a medium? Like, you could go to a large or an XL now.
This is a large. You're in a 3X and I can still see your stomach.
That's an XL.
I heard that he was trading boxes of shirts to homeless people to get more food on the way here. We're doing some adventures right now, and I know everyone on the channel is gonna like this. That thing is not happy to see us. Oh, there's 2 of them. They're gonna sucker you over there, and then they're gonna have their rattlesnake friends bite you. You see this water temperature right here? That water temperature is coming out of the engine. That water temperature is going back in from our radiator. Now, at the last couple events, we were having overheating issues, and we had to do some quick fixes on it while it was on the East Coast. But again, why we like running S-Pods and things like that is because we can just do quick fixes with power and stuff like that. That's your traditional water pump right there, right? Belt driven, all that kind of stuff. It's an LS3 water pump with adapters from PSC that go to the LT block. So that's our temp sensor of our water coming out, and then going back in, we have our temp sensor back up in there in the standard place. What we ended up having to do with this thing was install an actual inline water pump. These are designed to replace your factory pump and not have to run one. But what I think I'm gonna end up doing is running this with the factory pump. If you've ever done something like that, leave it in the comment review for me. We did this in the parking lot at Smoky Mountain while I had some downtime. It's dash 16 lines in and out. It's ran right in line. It's running right now, so you can't even really hear it. It's pretty cool, pretty clean, works great. Clears driveline, clears everything, we're good. I just wanna make sure that we're getting enough flow. This thing caps out at 50 gallons a minute. These cap out at full RPM, you know, 5,500 RPM, something like that, at like 63. We also have these new hood vents in here we threw in here. You can see, so we have inlet, outlet, and then we also got them in here too. So that's gonna help out with a lot. But I just gotta keep an eye on it this weekend. It's gonna be a little bit of trial and tribulation. We're gonna go put tents and everything up, make sure it's all good to go for all of y'all to check in. Catch you guys in the morning. Day 1, you know, you roll in here in the dark and turn around. It is actually really nice out here. Everyone's starting to come out. It's time to go. Gotta get cars fired up, head down. Cold start in the morning. right, so it is day one. I'm excited to try out the ranch again. We're in the bug this time. We did not bring Altrigo or Grdloc. We're getting those prepped for Trail Hero right now. It's gonna be an interesting day. This thing's a lot longer than Grdloc was back in, but it's also on 44s, which to me wheel a lot easier, especially on rocks and stuff like this, than the Pro XS's do. I hope the cooling's gonna stay good, but you know, we'll find out. Not sure. We're gonna see if that electric pump can actually keep this thing cool or not, or if I'm gonna have to fix this thing while we're out on the trail. All right, so talking to Roland, he's running Asylum today, so that's what we're gonna go out and hit. See how we do. Now, I've heard that Asylum's pretty insane, so we're gonna find out exactly how bad it is. If not, we can jump onto Wayne's World, which is the trail that runs parallel right next to it. As you can tell, it's already getting pretty rowdy. We are about 200 feet into the trail, and this is what you're looking at right now. That right there looks pretty good. I'm thinking like even over here might be a good line. Straighten out in the rear. Right the rear. Right the rear. You know, you come out here and you wheel Tackett Creek that one time. You don't realize that every other trail out here is just as gnarly, just as bad. And lower Tackett wasn't as bad. It was the upper Tackett, you know, from what I remember being the hardest. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's what I remember. So let's find out how this goes. A lot.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
When I went up on that, like I was watching you and I was like, okay, I'll go a little bit higher than him because I'm longer, and I kept hitting on that belly right there. And then when I went up there, I was like, this doesn't feel that good. All right, let's check our temps and everything and see how we're doing on this thing with how we've been running. So right now, that's kind of where we're at. That's out and that's in because it's just pumping a bunch of fluid into it right now. So all in all, we're doing pretty good. At one point it hit 200 on the water and we were still at 160, which means that radiator's dropping it 40 degrees, which is good. It's muggy out here, but it's not hot. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it all day, I guess. So far, everything's running good on it. Pray that it lasts all weekend. I really don't wanna have to change out a water pump on this thing. We had to put Chris in timeout for a minute. Why are you in timeout?
I got a little overzealous with the temperature gauge.
So he's LS swap. And I've been worried about heat all day. Now he's down to 220. I don't know if you can see that. This thing was up at 240, 245. We got this guy. Do you guys want to see what catastrophe looks like? Let's look at Andy on 49s. So as he's coming up right there, this is the turnoff that I was talking about earlier, that these guys are coming up. Andy's over there, and I think he's trying to go up that. All right, let's see if we can get Chris up. I feel like Andy's gonna be back there for a while. I think we'll drive you right up and out of here. Just like that, keep it turned. This way. Turn that way. Perfect. Now turn that way. Keep it turned. Keep it turned. There you go. You'll kiss it. You're fine. Now straighten out. I mean, look at this. Somebody brought a school bus up here. It is a short bus. It is a short bus, but it's still a school bus. All right, let's see if we can get him up here. Cut it hard. Cut it hard. Slow. Slow. All the way, passenger. Woo! How did it feel?
Okay. I liked them 49s.
Yeah? Did it feel buoyant? Did it feel like you roll it all?
No, not really.
Oh, it felt like that in the bug. It's probably because I'm a lot lighter. Because you're probably like 9,000 pounds in that thing.
7.
He keeps saying that.
On the
But he
dot.
also says he's a 32. So I don't know. You seen any snakes out here yet?
No, there's some big spiders.
Yeah? All right, let's go look at the rest of this trail. This might be the bull that they're talking about. Let's go up here and take a look at it. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. A little bit of size comparison here. You got his rig. These look like, I'm gonna guess 43s, 44s maybe. And you've got this giant hole. So videos never do it justice, but if this helps, you know, that kind of shows you how high this is. But then once you get through this, you've got a nice little bowl in there, and then you got a nice climb out again. So from what he said is, when you're out here on this trail on Asylum, it's just never ending. It's one of those things. And I enjoy trails like this, where it's just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, and you don't have to drive a ways to get to each obstacle. The problem is, if you brake on a trail like this, getting the vehicle back over these obstacles, either out or in, is gonna be a great time. It's a little bit different than Smoky Mountain Jeep Invasion, huh guys? Yeah, these things are, it's a pretty good trail. It's not that it gets worse, it just doesn't get better. This is gonna be a fun, good size climb right here. I think you can either go up out that way, maybe that way. I don't know. Like, it gets pretty gnarly up in there too. I think you can go up that way even if you wanted to. I think that if you drive up and you put this tire hard sidewall into that rock and use your tire to pull you up this rock, as long as you don't, but look at that though. That's it, like, that's a good thing. See that? That shows you how deep that thing is. Oh, he'll pull it. He's perfect clearance for it. Just like that, guys.
So simple.
Just like that.
Yeah, I just need a set of stickies and to be 5 pounds.
This is his first time on the trail. He's never ran this before. I think I might put a tire on this rock, on like the tip of this rock right here. Try to walk that. Now let's watch me on the struggle bus. See how we do. Right here is the new 40 spline lockout from East Coast Gear Supply. The way that works is this is the new KP 540, I believe is the name of it, from East Coast. So this is their own knuckle. It has a higher steer. It's supposed to be 8 times stronger than any of the competition knuckles out there. A little bit better design. You got 1550 Brannix in here. And
These are beef.
Yeah. I think that, again, that's part of it's their whole
package,
system.
yeah.
But this is their whole axle. This is an
That's
80.
80?
Yeah, it's an 80 rear steer with an 80 front steer. 4-inch tube, half wall. So when you get down in there and you look inside there, even though the 40, it's a 4-inch tube, you know, 40 spline.
Not a whole lot of room.
There's not a whole lot of room in there.
Again, that's the pump right there. So
What I think might be like the perfect scenario on this thing is putting in like a new performance. It's an LS3 style pump, so like a new Corvette pump in it, and running boat.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Because it's so far of a line. All right, let's see what Chris is doing over here. All right, it was going good for Chris until it wasn't going good for Chris. Turn passenger, our driver. Yep. There you go. There you go. Hey, how does it feel to know that a VW rescued you?
Well, that doesn't bother me as bad as I'm competing with Andy right now.
I don't think that you're doing much worse than Andy. It is time to start moving Jeeps, I think. We're getting to a place where people are actually starting to make it up. Like this guy. And they're up there now. So we got to go up this and around all that. Jake getting it, dude. Jake's getting it. It's about noon out here on the trail right now. How far are we up? Maybe halfway?
you said an 8.
We're an eighth of the way in right now. We're an eighth of the way in. These guys are back here having a picnic. I don't know what they're doing. These things are impressing me out here today. There's a ton of traction, ton of grip. Kind of see it just sitting there. The bugs and the snakes and all that stuff aren't as bad. Supposedly there's been a turtle sighting, a tarantula sighting, a kumar sighting. There he is.
Position like a pancake.
He is not happy right now.
Careful, he's a snapper.
Look at that guy. Oh, here he comes. So have you ever heard the expression turtling? That's what they mean. Turtle on the rock. Don't run the turtle over, guys. All right, let's go.
Hold on. Let me get out of here.
They just got Chris up. That's good.
We're 195, 162.
It's doing good. You know, it's 30 degrees, 40 degrees cooler coming out of that radiator. And I've noticed though when I'm beating on it on obstacles, pushing on obstacles, higher RPMs, you know, spending 10 minutes on an obstacle, the radiator gets hotter overall. So it'll be around 210, 220, which normally I never see that. Like I'll get my transmission up there, but never my radiator with a mechanical pump. With the electrical pump, I've noticed that it will get hotter on the obstacles, but then once I get off, you know, the first minute or two, it's already back down to 180, 190, which is nice. That's showing me that it can kind of cool it down overall, is good or better. But when you really need it and you're in the high RPMs, the mechanical pump seems to be outperforming this electrical. But I think if I run both of them together with the length of hose I have in this rig, where the, you know, the radiator's 10 feet back behind the engine, it makes sense to maybe have both pumps to help push that fluid further, faster. So we'll see. We are at the junction at the top of Asylum right now. So if we shoot up to the right now, that's the option B exit, which is going to be a little bit more rowdy, a little bit more obstacles to hit, that kind of stuff. If we go out this way, we're basically done with the trail. No one in our group's had any major issues yet. We did have a rollover, but that was someone who jumped in the back. Not really with us, just part of the overall trail ride. Andy's doing decent on his 49s, which I think we're all surprised with. It's still day one though, so we'll see. But other than that, you know, I'm kind of excited. Like, we're having a lot of fun out here. I got a little hot on this last run. It was 208 when I got out. That's why it's still running right now and it's cooling down. But I mean, it was just steady 2,000, 2,500 RPMs the whole way up here. You know, creepy crawling through all these rocks and all this stuff. And when I say rocks, I mean 3-4 foot boulders. So when my 44s get swallowed up, you know, you can tell that it's a pretty good sized hole when I'm hitting axle on things. But other than that, I mean, no real complaints. Has anyone watching this done Asylum? Tell me your favorite part, you know, what you hit, and if you made it, didn't make it, you know, or if you haven't, if you want to try it, get on out here and try it. You know, we're at Rugged Mountain Ranch. Uh-oh, we got something going on back here. Oh yeah, you bent the shaft on that good. That might be it. That's good, that's good. We're at the Y. If we go left, Roland said that's a 20-minute drive back to camp, we're done. That's the exit, basically. He said it's a little bit of just like dirt and rocks. If we go right, that's the option B they just cut. And he said it gets rowdy at the top, but it's pretty fun.
Let's go right.
I think we should go right. How you guys doing? You look tired.
I'm ready for a beer.
Cold one? So you want the short way out or the long way out?
I don't care. It's not up to me.
He said the long way out has some pretty cool. Yeah. I don't know if you guys heard that this trail is actually not on their park. It's not a part of their park. They have to lease this land. That's why we went through that gate. So he usually runs the leads through this. So it's not very often that people get to do Asylum. So that was kind of one of the reasons I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
What do you guys rate the trail?
I think it's a big challenge. Yeah, 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10? It's like the floppy pizza. All right, let's go hit it. Everybody has agreed to do option B.
All right, okay, cool.
Look at him, he's smiling.
Yeah, well, yeah.
He's like, yeah, now this is the part that I'm gonna break you all on. So this is the Motobill truss on an East Coast Gear Supply axle. They're Dana 80s. You need to use that diff cover with this truss because it welds in and then bolts into it for added support. But you can just tell the beating this thing has taken. I mean, and that's a 44-inch tire, so that clearance is pretty good. So it kind of shows you the rocks that we're slamming into on this thing. Then you got this idiot behind us. All right, let's hit it. Option B it is, and we're out of here. Well, that was it.
That was it.
That was Asylum.
Yeah.
With the optional.
Was it insane?
I mean, I'm in a way different rig than I was last time I was here, but I feel like that was not as hard as Tacket.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll have to take it tomorrow. Since we made it out of Asylum, we're not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not crazy.
Yeah, no, otherwise they would keep us.
Yeah, exactly.
Or are we the crazy ones who broke out of Asylum?
yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah. Watch out.
There's always one in every group. What'd you think about today?
I like today. Today was a very good day.
What'd you think about today? Be honest.
Why are you so close to my face?
Be honest, Nico. Go.
Rugged Mountain Ranch is great.
Out of all the stops, is this your favorite?
I think S'more
Why'd you like S'more?
or Moab. Moab because of the red rocks.
That went from 0 to 100 real fast. Andy ended up losing voltage on his car. I don't know what's going on with him. So I had to pull the main power off of Rock Buggy from the firewall and bring that all the way to his alternator and then ground my bumper to his bumper and start him. And after we got it all done and put back together, his Jeep died because nobody was in there, like making sure there was gas getting put on it. So then we had to pull it out and redo it all again and got him going. Then at that point I said go, which he left a weird way. And I just told everybody I was gonna meet him back here. So I am back here at the house. I'm not sure where everyone else is, but what I am gonna do is, a lot of people don't know this, but the roof on the Bug is removable. So I'm taking this off right now, and Spider Web Shade made me a custom top for it, which I'm pretty stoked with. So I'm gonna be running roofless tomorrow, be a little bit cooler, and I won't be so worried about hitting this top on rocks and stuff. Pull this thing apart real quick, and I'll show what you guys look like when it's done. All right, I asked him to pull it off. Show you guys how easy this thing comes off. All the weight's in the back. Ready? Pick it up. Sick. You guys can kind of check out how this top looks. And that is the Bug with Starlink and no roof. All right, it has been a day. I'm gonna go wash up, we're gonna have dinner. I'm gonna go through fluids on this thing, check some things on this, because coming out of that, I was going way too fast, and I think I shifted my axle. See where that bump stop is? See where that bump stop is? I think this whole axle needs to slide over. Yep, that gem nut got loose right there. Not a big deal. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Good morning. Started day 2 out here at Rugged Mountain Ranch. Just did final vehicle prep on this thing. Last night we found a bolt that had backed out underneath the car on the upper passenger link. So luckily we have spare bolts for all of our stuff. So we got all that stuff done, and then just going through things. You can see how much that driveline got chewed up yesterday. Yeah, other than that, everything's pretty good to go on it. Andy's rig, we had to do a little bit of love on last night. He runs these style of breakers off of his battery, and they went bad yesterday, I guess. And that's why he died. And then we had to do all the stuff where we connected the wire off of our main lead in Rock Buggy. So in the video, what you'll see is this wire right here. We just connected off the firewall up there, ran this through here, like directly to his Jeep's firewall and starter in positive post, and then put our bumpers against each other to get them grounded, and got his Jeep started a couple different times doing that. Never knew that was an option with this, but sometimes when you need something, you get creative. But we were getting ready to go hit the parking lot, get everything set up for day 2 of the Great American Crawl. See you guys out there. Decided to hit Tacket. Mostly because the other 2 trails we were gonna hit, those trails are pretty full of people right now. So since they're full of people, it's just gonna be a parking lot. Tacket's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. We're gonna do lower, and if we're doing well, then we'll jump into middle, and then if we're still doing well, we'll get into upper, and then upper, and see, you know, how long it'll take us to actually run these things. Some of us have to get back and put the barbecue together and do that stuff, so we'll kind of see how everything's going. But as for right now, we're headed to Tacket. Got into lower Tacket. You can tell it's lower Tacket by all the water that we're sitting in right now, and we're gonna be, first big obstacle I think is the actual water hole, which you got to climb up out of to get into actual Tacket and start wheeling that trail. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think we have Andy's rig good. I think Chris's rig is good. This thing's running good. I did have that bolt yesterday, which I'm glad I caught that, because that would have been for an eventful day today. Other than that, pretty excited to try to, you know, my luck at Tacket again. It's been a good 4 or 5 years since I've been here. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So if you ever ran Tacket, if you have, leave a comment below. You know, let us know how you did Tacket. Which one was it? Was it lower, middle, upper, or upper? I think it gradually gets harder each section. And I mean, a lot of people come out here and they've never been able to finish the trail. And I heard one guy came out here in a bouncer and did it in 15 minutes. So different rigs can do it in different speeds, but I would say the normal person is probably going to come out here, maybe do half of it in a day and half of it in another day, and that's if they don't break anything or have any major issues. We'll see. This is, I believe, the water hole is what they call it. You're getting up here and you ran through a little bit of creeks and water and stuff, but nothing like this. It's going to be the deeper part. Now what I remember last time we were here, and it looks like the water's not as deep as it was, but last time we were here, it was a fight to get up this thing. Everybody, you know, struggled to get in this thing. You want to stay left and you're coming in, I believe. Then you drive over into here and come up through this water. Then you basically go up into Tacket. It's gonna be a lot cooler down here today because of the water and all that stuff, hopefully. And it's not as hot as it was on the side of that mountain yesterday. because man, it got brutal. It's cool though. It's cool to see, you know, all the greenery and all the water. We're based out of Southern California, so it's desert. It's all desert landscape, all that stuff. So anytime we get out east, it's pretty awesome. Check out this view. That's the trail right there. Let's see how we do it. That's why we call it rock buggy. This thing just walked that compared to Grdloc last time. That was pretty simple. Chris made it through pretty easy, it looks like. Uh-oh, struggle bus 49ers. Have him start higher, that way. Because those tires are gonna pull him. This thing is just a monster. Now cut it hard that way as you're backing up. Whoa. There we go. There we go. All right, he's getting it. He's up. Turn that way. Right there. This is where it's gonna get tippy. Let's watch Andy's face when he rolls over on his side. Straight from there, go. You know, honestly, those 49s might be doing better on Andy's Jeep than the 46s did. They seem to be working better than, well, I mean, he's not throwing himself all over. All right, now let's see how Jake comes up. He's on 43-inch Pro XSs. He's a lot lighter. He usually crawls everything pretty well. Now cut it back. See these side lugs right here? That's what's grabbing. It's gonna help pull him up. Cut it back this way. That's why when you're picking out a tire, you want something that has those kind of cleats on the side, because a lot of the climbing and stuff you're gonna do out somewhere is gonna be from your side actually getting traction and pulling you up. All right, looks like everybody came through it pretty easy. Let's see what the rest of this trail looks like. As you can see on the sign, middle Tacket, So it's been about maybe an hour, hour and a half, and we're already in middle Tacket. Like, we're moving. There's only 5 rigs here. My count was a little bit off. So, I mean, we're moving. Everyone here is capable. So let's see. I mean, it'd be crazy if we did the entire Tacket today. Like all 4. Lower, middle, upper, and upper. I mean, fingers crossed, but it's going well so far. Obstacle itself isn't super hard, but where we were coming up, I put one tire on there, and I had the other tires down here. I think got tippy for a second. Hey Chris, rear steer that way. I mean, he has water in his tires, so he's cheating. Here's something that I'm a little lost on. This is the trail right there. That's where we just went up, right? And then we're gonna drop back down on the trail. I swore we came up this last time, like this area right here, but when I just went down in there, it was pretty gnarly. Like these big rocks were moving and got kind of wedged under my axles. But does anybody know, did all this change? I know there's a tree down over there that I didn't believe was down before, but I thought we came up this. It's crazy how dramatically it changes and then goes back into like just an easy trail up there. But then you got this whole rock garden that we just passed, which I don't know. Kind of bummed. I want to come down here and play in this. Maybe I'll just drive down there and back up and come play in it before everybody gets up the hill. I usually do things like that. Then I brake later because I've been wheeling nonstop and not giving my car a break. But hey, when you're out here and you're wheeling, I come out here to wheel. Wheel everything you can, bring a trailer. So if you do break it or when you break it, you can just easily throw it on the trailer and head home, go fix it. But if you come here to play all day. All right, so we're gonna be dropping down right there, coming down here. And again, like I was just showing you how rough and 4 or 5 foot boulders back there. And this is it for a while. It's just, you know, 2 foot, 3 foot boulders, nothing crazy. And then it starts to get way back up in there, it'll pick up again. So we're jamming through. We are, like I said, in middle Tacket right now. It's only been 2 hours since we started. So we're punching through this thing pretty fast, even with film crews. So, I don't know, man. We might make it. I think up there is when the breaks start happening. So, just pray for us. Let's hope we don't break. All right, let's get the rest of these guys up here. First casualty of the day on me. I mean, other people have broke, but I've got a leak. A little drippy, nothing crazy. I'm gonna tighten that guy up. Yeah, that last little rock garden right there struggled a little bit because of my wheelbase. 144 inches. I'm gonna get this thing fixed, and wait for everyone else to catch up, and we're gonna get back on it. We're finishing up middle Tacket right now, so we're moving pretty quick. All right, everything's good, everyone's caught up. Can I give you an example of where we're at? So we started down here where 6 starts, where 33 is. We've come all the way up. We're just finishing up 7. You can see the white sign just right up there. Now we're gonna be going into 8. That's upper Tacket, and then 9 is upper. So we've already made it over halfway through the trail, and we're maybe 3 hours in, if that. So we're moving pretty good. Everyone seems good. I'm actually impressed with how fast this group is moving through this place. We did not move this slow on fast on 24 hour. What the hell? More people, more filming obviously adds time, but no one's really got hung up on obstacles, you know, that didn't take a readjustment and get right over it. We actually gained 2 more Jeepers too. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 now, and we're still moving pretty good. Let's see if we can keep this momentum up and get through this trail today. All right, so it's been just about 3.5 hours since we started, and we're already a good ways into upper Tacket. My times were a little messed up we're killing it though, like we're moving. Chris is right here behind me. He's doing an amazing job in that. He does have water in his tires, but doesn't have rear steer. So he's kind of cheating, but not that bad. I've got rear steer, obviously. I've got a lot more flex than he does too, to like kind of crawl through this stuff. To just kind of show you how flexy this thing is. So we still have a lot more shock that can come out. Limit straps aren't even tight yet, so it's definitely a little bit easier to get through these big rock gardens with rock buggy than necessarily is with a full body Jeep or something like that. Uh-oh. What'd you break? That's not supposed to be like that. He's just doing maintenance. He's doing maintenance. He didn't break. This thing better not pop up. Told you that was gonna happen. My friends try to kill me. I'm getting back in my car before I get hurt. Ugh. All right. Let's go play in some of this rock garden stuff. All right, looks like we got one of our buddies in the group is broke. Let's go find out what happened to his rig. This is some loser rock. Oh.
That ramp broke, and that shifted over and broke that fitting right there.
Like a good break is like a bolt coming loose.
Yeah.
Or like, you know.
Oh, fuck.
It's your.
Hey, so I was looking at this thing, and I seen that ram slid. You know?
Just in case you didn't notice. He was telling everyone, like no one knew that
I
happened.
thought it was a new office.
I was more telling myself, but out loud.
One of the things that can't help is if you are going to do it, only run those without the stops, is putting the clamp on the other side of the fitting line. Like, to see how this clamp is on that side of that fitting? The same thing. That's what I had to do on that one, because it kept wanting to slide on me. Well, I think you can get it off right now.
The line? Yeah, if you got a wrench, I could probably get it off.
Yeah, it's a good time for lunch. Andy, what'd you make me for lunch?
I didn't make shit for lunch. I made you guys breakfast.
Worked on his car till almost 1 a.m. last night. You couldn't even make me a ham sandwich.
Because I've never seen a lizard that colorful stripes. Maybe so they look yellow.
It's split, right?
It's boke.
Yeah, it's all the way clean off right there. You can see it. That's not supposed to be crooked.
It should swivel, correct?
Well,
All right, quick update. When I hung up last, we were going, everything was good, and then it went very, very bad. So here's the current status. That dude back there has a broken PSC. Jake is gonna go back and weld the fitting so that it can work. Andy's just leaving because he got a scratch on his car, and because Kumar's hungry, so he's gonna go cook for Kumar. Chris is getting old, needs to go take a nap. Dennis is gonna film whatever these guys are all doing. And then Nico and I are taking the bug, Lone Rangers, and we're going for it. Because why not break in the middle of nowhere without any help? Bye, Andy. Thanks for leaving us. Nico, you ready to do this?
Oh yeah, definitely ready.
At least some people around here aren't quitters. Just kidding, they have to go back and do the barbecue. They're getting it all prepped. Let's go get rowdy. All right, we are cruising through right now. It is starting to get hairy, that's for sure. I just had to do a front dig, keep my tires on the ground because I was pretty off camber. But, I mean, we're going. We're making good time. No major issues. I think we're almost at upper, and it's 2 o'clock. We killed about an hour sitting there dealing with the leak and, you know, how we're gonna do this, what we're gonna do type thing. So, with that said, we're moving pretty good. Think it gets easier, it lies to you, and it gets that much harder. Pushing it pretty hard for the last 20 minutes. I'm gonna give it like a nice little calm down break, walk the trail a little bit with Nico, and go kind of see what's ahead of us. All right, let's go look at this trail, see what this thing has in store for us. This is not getting any better, Nico, but it's not getting any worse either. This doesn't look too bad. Doesn't look horrible. Do you think Asylum is tougher than this?
I think this is just a lot lengthier.
Do you see that other broken Jeep right there?
Yeah.
I wonder what they broke. Let's go back and take a look at this Jeep and see what they broke. Sometimes people ask why we turn our lights on like that when we're out trail riding. So 2 reasons. One, we shoot content for Baja Designs, and typically they like to turn our lights on every now and then so that they can get different shots and then they can edit it to where it's like a dusk shot or something like that. 2, we do it for actual dust lights. So on the rear, it's about every rig I've built lately, I have an RTL on there, which is their rear. Oh, there's a frog. Then you have this guy right here. This is an RTL from Baja Designs. You have brake lights, running lights, turn signals, and reverse coming off of that. I usually have that flashing. And the reason is because when you're out here in the woods like this, you've got a bunch of people in line. It's always courteous to have like a low level light on behind you. So the people behind you can see if you've made a left or a right, or you know, if you're ahead of them. Sometimes it just gets dark out here and people can't see. My shoe finally gave way. Sad days. Lost a whole shoe. I got a loafer on now. This trail is trying to take everything from us, even our souls. All right. I don't know what happened. I mean, it looks like you got rowdy for sure. Things are all thrown around in there. Looks like something broke up front. All right, well, should we keep pushing? I want to try to finish this thing. Just got to the gatekeeper. We were about to go on to upper Tacket. Now, again, I've never been here. I didn't make it this far and going in front of home back. The 2 people that are with me, they've never been on this trail before either. They've only done lower and middle, never upper or upper. So this is all new to us. So the 3 of us are kind of lost out here, but we're gonna figure it out. So this is called gatekeeper. We all just made it up gatekeeper. They made it up a lot faster than me, but I think I took the bonus line. Yeah. Until he did his freaking front wheelie pointing at God. Yeah, that's Texas Chainsaw Massacre over there. You know what? We're finishing this. Hey, Andy. We just made it up the gatekeeper into upper Tacket, so hopefully not too much longer.
Yeah, I'll be bet. I got some lunch meat and bread and goodies I'm bringing you guys because I'm sure folks are hungry, so we'll see you in a few.
Nico said he doesn't want to take your food of abandonment.
Fine. Okay. All right then.
So we have another spot here that says deep water, stay left, but there's no water in the actual hole. So that's gonna make our lives a little bit easier to get out of here. But it's also kind of a bummer because I know there was water in here when the guys came through 24-hour. That's one thing they had to do that I didn't, is I have no water in here. You can see how nice of a climb this is. Straight. That should pull you. Yep, like that. There you go, good job. High five.
High five. High five.
Not too hard, the Jeep's right there. There you go. We did it, Nico. We finished the trail.
Yeah, we did.
Imagine being this guy who didn't get to finish Tacket because he was going to help someone, and then that person just did it themselves. And so when he came back and we were finishing Tacket, he didn't get to finish it with us. That means we're gonna have to come back. I don't know if I'll run this trail again.
George! Did you not see the tree? Yeah. Okay.
There's a tree right there. Do this. Hard passenger and back up just a little. Right there. Right there. Don't go. Oh. Keep it turned.
You're okay, Cody. Come on. Send it.
It is time. All right, that is it. We are all off of Tackett Creek. We made it. Now, I did have to get winched back on the last obstacle because I just had some rocks buried up in me and everything. But then once I winched back off of it, I was able to find my line and drive up out of there, which I'm pretty happy with. I did not have to winch up the obstacle, which that's good. But Tacket 2, me 0, because that thing kicked my butt today. Fun trail though. All right, we're gonna head back in, get the barbecue started, give away some prizes. Got off the trail, went back, got a little cleaned up, threw on some clothes that weren't all sweaty and stuff. The food's all cooked. We're on our way down right now to the barbecue. This weekend has been awesome. I was really worried about the water pump and rock buggy. It got hot a few times, but for the most part it was good. Didn't overheat, you know, nothing crazy. So that's all good. The run up Tacket today was insane. It was just daunting, grueling. That trail does not let up on you. You know, it reminded me of everything that, you know, was going on at 24 hours to hell and back. But this time, you know, not as many vehicles, not as much filming. So we got through it a lot faster, which was good because it ended up finishing 30, 40 minutes before we had to be ready for the barbecue. That's all good. But excited to go do this barbecue, meet everybody we didn't get to meet this weekend, give away some cool prizes from the companies we work with, like Mickey Thompson, Baja Designs, and, you know, Magnaflow. it's cool to see the companies we work with after all these years to support people, you know, that this is their passion, and not really ask for a whole lot in return. But you know, if you're thinking about buying a part, just take a look at theirs. You know, they make good stuff. So other than that, you know, we're gonna go hit the barbecue right now. See you guys there. Raffle's over, barbecue's over, everything's done. I had a few people ask me about the setup in the Volkswagen tonight, and I guess I never even showed that to you guys, what our setup actually is in the Volkswagen. This is the cockpit of the Volkswagen. Obviously my steering wheel goes here, it's on a quick release. A duck is from one of my buddies. I got my battery switch here. This is for my headlights and running lights and stuff like that. Obviously you got your 12-volt plugs and everything. And then this whole thing is ran off of 2 S-Pods. So it doesn't have like a normal CAN bus system or something like that. It does retain the factory computer out of, you know, the Cadillac that it was in. But what the cool thing about this is it does have an OBD2 port. So if it throws a check engine light, you can plug into that and it will tell you what's wrong with it. And then you can put that part on and move forward. It's not like a complicated race system or something like that. It's just very simple. But again, you have your ignition for your S-Pod. And then if we were going to start it, I mean, it's, again, a very simple system. All of our, you know, seat heaters, trans fans, radiator fans, turn signals, fog lights, oil cooler, anything we have electrical in this is actually ran through these 2 systems. They're right down there, so they're easy to get to. We got our rugged radios. We have headsets in here because the Mishimoto fans right behind us are pretty loud. But again, this thing, you know, today I think we hit 220 was the hottest we got in this thing. Again, running that electrical radiator pump. But other than that, we have our PRPs seats, you know, they're nice, little bougie. And they do not have the air conditioning, but they do have the seat warmers, you know, so that's nice. And then this thing you see right here is actually a mini Starlink that's set up on the back of it when we're out and we need service. Other than that, it's a pretty simple system. The engine is a Gen 5 LT1. There is a full build video on this. If you check out our YouTube, under the build section, you'll see this build. It was a fun build. It took us just over a year from the day we started it to the day it was like all kinks were worked out of it and everything. We built it, the whole rig, in about 90 days, 120 maybe, and debuted it at SEMA, then brought it home, did all the wiring and did all the plumbing after SEMA, so that we didn't have to rush that. The entire thing inside and out is sprayed in Patriot liner, so it makes it super easy to wash this thing out, or, you know, run through trails and not worry about scratches or stuff like that. So we got some interviews to do for YouTube videos and stuff like that, and then we have a 4 a.m. flight, so I'm going to be signing off. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us for the weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you dug this and the way we did this, let us know. Leave comments below so that we can kind of understand what you guys are wanting us to put out. Because if we're doing something and it doesn't really get anywhere, then why do it? But a lot of the times, you know, we're out there, we're working on cars, we're doing stuff, or we're doing fixes, and people are like, man, you need to show that quick fix on how you did that on the trail. So we're gonna start getting into more of that kind of stuff as you see us out there and showing you a little bit more behind the scenes or POV of how we're doing this stuff on the trail and how we're getting through it. Other than that, it's been a great weekend. Appreciate Rugged Mountain Ranch for having us. Roland's the man. He guided us everywhere we needed to go yesterday. Had our other buddy guiding us today. No issues, no real major stuff. Everything went off the hitch. We did just lose power to all the cabins, I guess. It happens here every now and then. So there's no power in any of the cabins. But I do have my Sea Devil lights and my big backup batteries and stuff that we're gonna be using for interviews. So luckily I have those. But again, 4 a.m. flight, so we're not gonna be here much longer anyways. So enjoy it. Hope you guys appreciate it. We appreciate you guys, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.